Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to ATR's War, Bedlam Media's premier wrestling podcast covering AEW to WWE. I'm Sam the SLB, co-host of ATR's War and ATR Rising Sun, and we got a very special show for you guys. We are a live show, and joining me is my co-host from ATR Rising Sun, the two-time Bedlam Media champion. 3 weeks in a row, him and I are on a show together. And not only are we doing our show together, you will get some live ATR Rising Sun content as well.
Eat.
But
yeah, it's live. I mean, unfortunately, Scott's out and John's busy on assignment, so.
Yeah, we were obviously going to push this back, but due to the scheduling and what we were planning on doing, we were just like, oh, we're just going to go for it. We're going to go for it, especially with a couple of big shows coming up. I say a couple, but there's like 4. Night of Champions, Slammiversary, Great American Bash, and Forbidden Door. We're going to be giving our picks for those. Usually we have Scott open with the card opening, pack opening. So I already miss him. I wish you were here. Wish you were still with us, buddy. So, lots to talk about. Ethan, out of the 4 shows, well, before we begin, guys, make sure you like, share, subscribe, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. If you are in the chat, drop some stuff. We will share it on screen. So, Ethan, out of these 4 shows, what shows are you looking forward to the most?
Forbidden Door.
Yeah, Forbidden Door is looking pretty solid. I actually haven't looked at the Night of Champions card. That's my lack of knowledge there. Slammiversary, I believe Scott will be there this weekend, so keep an eye out. He will be towards the front, so you will see him. In Great American Bash, which I'm just learning is in Orlando. I wish I kind of knew that. How did I not know that? I would have gone. It's an hour away.
Sam, I always told you to go to NXT. Fuck.
Mm-hmm. At some point, I'll get to a taping. Where is the Performance Center in Orlando? I know it's at Full Sail University, but I don't even know where that is in relation to Orlando. I'll take a look quickly, because now you got me curious before we get into all of our fun, lovely topics.
And by the way, for the AEW stuff, anything we talk about on this live stream, anything after it is in our do not count pile. Because knowing AEW, they have like 80 more matches.
Yes, after this show, once we give our picks, any other match, generally the pre-show matches, do not count. So, that's why. All right, that's on the other side of Orlando. All right. So we got 4 shows. Ethan, before we get into that, do you have picks you want to give for the week from the past week?
Okay, hang on. Okay, one sec. What was this week? Monday. Forgot the date for a minute.
It's currently the 25th.
I know, it's crazy how we're almost in July.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'll just start from this past Friday. The Jey Uso's Javon Evans match was pretty good, 7 out of 10. I'm just going to go by promotions, by the way, because I actually like when Sam asked me that, because it is a little easier. So that match, I was from SmackDown. Monday Night Raw. Honestly, the Ethan Page Dragon Lee was fine. I give that 7.5 out of 10. And they taped SmackDown, by the way, on Tuesday. That's airing for Friday. Because they're going to Saudi Arabia for Night Champions. So, yeah. Not too many. Well, NXT last night. Not to really watch on NXT, to be honest with you. Because it's just there. Dynamite, I would say watch the Takeshita Ricochet match, the Amana Rick Velvet match, the Sabre Drew Jack Perry was great, and the Ospreay ELP was pretty good as well. They're not Ethan picks, but they're honorable mention Ethan picks. Ethan picks from AAA on Saturday was Ray Phoenix, Larry Kane, Lindsay Dorado from Saturday. That was actually a really fun Ethan pick match. New Japan, I honestly forgot some of this stuff. Sounds when you work all day and your brain's just mush. The Josh Barnett show, the Eugene Nagata Party show was okay. If you missed it, you didn't really miss much. The Cork and Hall show that aired, I would say watch the Utah Ice Taichi match. That was really good. That's a Block A qualified match. Airwolf Yoshihashi was great. That's 7 out of 10 for me. The junior title no contenders four-way match was actually pretty good as well. So those three from New Japan. And by the way, Utah Ice is in the A block, and Airwolf got into the B block, which by the way, said we both called last week. So, and then the other A block. Oh, go ahead, Sam.
Yeah, I was gonna say, for those of you who don't know, with our new, we cover a lot of New Japan content over at Rise and Sun. Coming up, starting on the 11th of July, G1 Climax, arguably the biggest, not feud. What's the word I'm looking for here, Ethan? Tournament of the year, probably in any promotion, I would argue, happening July 11th to August 16th. So we'll be covering that. So if we weren't covering 4 shows, I would say let's just drop all of our information here. So
yeah, if we didn't have the 4 pictures, but so the other A block spot will go to the winner of Phantasmo, where at Oiwe, and then the other B block will go to the winner of Oscar and Yujiro. So yeah, I mean, I kind of figured they want to push the younger stars. So, and we finally get Airwolf away from House of Torture. Well, kind of, but we'll talk all the G1, the schedule, not the whole schedule, just probably the opening and stuff. Like when we do our preview, but 36 G1s, that's kind of crazy to think about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. 36. Where does the time go? Where does the time go? All right.
Oh no, it's like I just a minute ago. It's crazy how it's already almost July already. It's just crazy.
Yeah, this year is flying by right now. I feel like it just started. I was just telling somebody this the other day, where I feel like the first few months of the year, I'm always like, all right, this is my game plan. This is what I want to do. These are my goals. And then once May hits, I'm just like, all right, I think we're, getting into the swing of things. I know what I want to get done. And then we're looking at, end of June going in July. I'm like, wait a minute. Hold on. Stop. What are you doing? Why are you going too fast now? Yeah. Hold your horses, buddy.
Yeah, it's like it's like I was telling my coworker, it's funny how one we're celebrating 2026 and next minute it's like, oh, it's almost July 1st. It's like, what the fuck?
Halfway through the year, and we got a lot of wrestling to still, go through. A lot to cover too.
And actually, it'll be 2027, and we'll be talking about my Ethan picks. So,
it's funny. So before we get into our picks, I wanted to go through this. I'm going to assume. I want to give the right person the. This is from Yeeho. This is from a Y7 Fightwear, or I can't pronounce the. That's a clothing brand. Somebody shared this. And it looks like some account for some wrestler, or like some amateur wrestler in Ukraine. And I shared this with you, Ethan. It was the top 10 pro wrestling promotions in the world. So if you guys are in the chat, feel free to give your feedback on what you think about this. So the top 10 in the world. It goes. When we go 10 to 1 or 1 to 10? Let's do 1 to 10 because everyone's going to know where the top goes. Everyone knows what the top is, and we're going to just trickle down. Number 1 is WWE. Number 2 is AEW. Number 3 is New Japan Pro Wrestling. Number 4 is TNA. Number 5 is CMLL. Number 6 is AAA. Number 7 is Stardom. Number 8 is Noah. Number 9 is All Japan. And number 10 is GCW Game Changer Wrestling.
So this list I kind of agree with, but part of it I don't. Personally, the first 3 I do agree with. Everybody's got their own opinion, so I'm not going to judge. But my personal top from the list, Sam said, I would put the first 3 are correct, even though it could change. But TNA, honestly, for me personally, it's towards the bottom. I'd probably put it at number 10, honestly. CML I put towards because I don't watch a lot of it, so I can't fully talk about it too much. AAA I probably put where TNA is at number 4. I put Stardom at 5. Uh, Noah at 6. Ultra at 8. G7. Oh no, hold on, I fucked this up. So the first year I got right. TNA I'll put on the bottom for number 10. CML I'll put at number 9. Number 8 I probably put. Noah's probably a good one because it's hit and miss sometimes. Stardom I put at number 5. And then all GCW I put at 6. So GCW is good. Some shows are good. Sometimes they're. I will say though, like we complain to AEW overtime. Sometimes the GCW shows go a little too long. Just gotta find it right. Sometimes like some shows will go 2.5, 3 hours. Like okay, like that's fine. Hours they go like 3.5, almost 4. It's like, okay, we do not need to be at 4 hours long.
Yeah. There's a couple of questions I have to this because I do agree with a lot of this, and I can feel your sentiments. I'm not too familiar. Like I said, not too familiar with CMLL. I don't watch enough Stardom. I don't get to watch All Japan because I feel like out of all the big 3 Japanese promotions, that's the most difficult to get your hands on to watch.
Yeah, that one you have to subscribe to their All Japan TV streaming service.
Yeah,
that's the only way you're basically gonna find it. So
my question here is, this is going to be an interesting one because obviously WWE is in here. NXT is not because it's WWE. However, AAA is now a WWE product. How long until AAA gets mixed into the WWE product? Because let's have the conversation right now. If Ring of Honor was still top tier like it was, I don't know, several years ago, before AEW, that would be grouped into the AEW bucket. Think of it. That would be grouped into the AEW bucket.
Ooh, dinner. Hi, Ashley.
Hi. So, are we just going to assume AAA is always going to be separate, or is there going to be a point where you think where we're going to just be like, that's WWE product?
I give it 3 years.
3 years. All right. Is there any promotion on here? I'll send you a photo of what I got. Is there any promotion on here that you would take off and replace? And what would you replace it with?
I would take. I'm gonna get hate somewhere. I know I am. I would take TNA off for Maple Leaf Pro.
That's a good one. Maple Leaf is doing some work, and look, I've been saying it. Canada needs its own premier promotion. So hopefully they continue that upward trend, and they can, tour Canada and get momentum up there.
July 15th is their first episode of Mayhem, and Andrade Elo is gonna be on the August 7th and 8th taping. So, yay!
What day of the week is that?
The 15th, Wednesday.
Did we ever figure out how to watch it in the States yet?
Not yet. No.
Me? No.
Well, you, Scott. I don't know. That's funny though. How we only got a Canadian. Like we only know where the Canadians are gonna watch it, but nothing for the. You think they would have something?
Well, especially like I don't know, the cities that are closer. Like I'm trying to think, like Buffalo, it's right on the border, or
Detroit.
Detroit, I think Minneapolis, maybe.
I think so. Yeah.
Seattle. Seattle. Boston's a ways, but I would still watch it. I'm thinking like border cities because they're gonna be like, oh, that's kind of cool. And at some point they'll be like, hey, what if we hopped over the border and did some shows in the States and garner some interest?
Yeah, so Seattle, because you could go for Vancouver, right? So that makes so much. Oh yeah, I guess. Well, I'm not a Boston guy, so that's you and that's all you and Scott and John.
Yeah, Boston, the Canadian border is like.
Is it a couple hours?
Like 4.5.
Oh, Maine. Go to Maine.
Well, that's what I meant. Maine. Like Maine would be your ideal, or Vermont, or like New Hampshire, like up there. I'm not talking about the middle. I'm talking like something that's close. Regardless, I was just curious. It'd be kind of cool if we got together and watched that somehow. I don't know how at this point. Minus me going, hey, how do you watch it, and where can I watch it? Where I can find it.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that text. Hey, where can I watch this?
Yeah.
Well, get old buddy of had. There's a lot of websites that I'm not going to say on the air because I don't want to get shaded by Scott.
Or VPNs like NordVPN, which we are not sponsored by.
Sponsor us, NordVPN. Come on.
One question I had for you, and I didn't even this comes up to mind every so often. Whatever happened to that wrestling promotion out of China that AEW was aligning itself with when they were starting?
Oh, OWE. I'm so. That was Shima's promotion, and then it went to he was doing Gleep for a while. I'm gonna look that up now. Actually, that's bugging me now.
Because I was like, they were like so gung ho about it, and then I never heard anything else about it again. It says was. Wikipedia says was defunct as of March 12th, 2021.
I think that was. Oh yes, because I think that was because originally they were trying to. They ceased operations in China in 2019, and they were trying to go to Cambodia, but they was it? I think it's because of COVID. I think
I was gonna say I think COVID. It just said it folded in 21. Because I was kind of curious about that. I like the talent that they had brought over.
Oh, sorry. Simo was the head coach of that. He was president. Nice. Yeah, because that's originally where him, El Lindemann, and T-Hawk all came from. So they only have one title, the Openweight title, and the only two champs were Saho Junji and Shitira Iri. That was all. See, look at that. He pretty much beat Roman Reigns' record because he had it for 2,405 days. Take that, Roman.
Yeah, I'm looking at this. I don't know. I just remember being excited about that. I'm like, oh, this might actually be a lot of fun. So, anywho, we got 4 shows we have to go through. We have picks for Scott. I don't have them for John yet. Do we want to assume? No, we'll read Scott's. He gave them to us. So
yep, I'll read Scott's for you.
Yeah.
So we'll go.
We'll do one show at a time. We can just, if you want to read all Scott's at once.
Yep. So we'll start with Night Chase because that's the first show.
Mm-hmm.
That's at 1 p.m. Eastern. That's in Saudi Arabia. That's why they taped SmackDown on Tuesday because they're traveling, so they had to do it there. So I'll do Scott's and then I'll do mine. King of the Ring Files, Jay Oba Fed vs. Jay Uso, Battle Raw guys. So basically, it's pretty much out the world title. Scott has Jay Uso winning. The only way I see that is Brock Lesnar fucks Oba over. The Queen of the Ring Tournament Finals, Women's World Champion Liv Morgan is Io Sky. I'll be honest, Liv does not need to be in this tournament, but me and Sam jokingly said this New Japan rules. I mean, it's fair. So, let me go back to King of the Ring for a minute. So, Oba got to the finals by beating Sosako Kamara Hayes Penta in the quarterfinals and Dominic Mysterio in the semifinals. Jey Uso beat LA Knight, Rose Keys, Finn Balor on SmackDown and in the quarterfinals, and Javon Evans in the semifinals, which again that was really fun. Match for Queen of the Ring, Liv Morgan beat Becky Lynch, Alexa Bliss, Chelsea Green on Raw, and Charlotte on SmackDown. And 1820. That match was boring. I mean, I get why they protected Charlotte, but I thought that match was incredibly boring. And Io Sky, she beat Roxy Perez, Julia West Legend on, I think that was on SmackDown, and to beat Raquel Rodriguez on Raw in the semifinals to get to the finals. And Scott has Io Sky advancing, winning, and then possibly going for a rematch at SummerSlam. Trick Williams defends US always Ricky Saints. Scott has Trick winning. Braun Baker gets Seth Rollins inside the steel cage. He has Rollins winning. Undisputed WWE title triple threat match. Cody Rhodes versus Gunther and Sami Zayn. This was Cody's idea, and he has the champ retaining. And a rare 6 match. Holy shit, we have 6 matches. Tiffany Stratton defends the Women's United States title against Jade Cargill. Or Joe Tesler keeps calling her Cargill. No joke, by the way. That's legit what he keeps calling her. And Scott has Jade winning the Women's US title. I think Rhea Ripley was originally supposed to be on the show, but she's got some knee issues. So as a safety, they're just going to keep her off the show. So,
all right. So, do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first on this?
I'll go first for this one. We could take turns.
All right.
With each one. So for me, I got I got the ruler with the crown. I agree with Scott with the EO stipulation. I agree with him on the United States title match. I'm going with Braun Breaker winning the steel cage match. This you might call this an upset, but I'm going with Sami Zayn win the WWE title. And I Tiffany Stratton win the Women's US title because I think Jade will get screwed over by Charlotte Flair.
All right. You said Oba was going to win the King of the Ring?
Yep. Actually, before you go, Sam, the reason I got some fantasy. You're going to walk with me for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
And catch my Walk with Ethan hockey podcast, where I'll talk about the trades and the draft on the next episode. So that's going to be a 2-part because there's too many rounds. And I'll be sitting here for like 6 hours. So I think Oba wins because I think at Summer, if they don't do Oba and Brock at Saturday's Main Event Square Garden, I think they'll do it at SummerSlam Night 1. Oba wins. I'm spoiling my SummerSlam pick, by the way, if Oba does win. And Night 2 beats Roman for the World title.
All right. I'll take that.
Let the ruler go for the title.
So I'm kind of on board with you. This is why I asked, because the Brock Lesnar piece makes sense.
I see where Scott's come from for the Jey Uso, because that's the only I see only Jey winning. It's either by counter or Brock. Well, / Brock fucks him over. So.
Well, excuse me. When is SummerSlam?
August 1st and 2nd this year. It's basically, remember last year's August 2nd and 3rd? It's just basically the same, just the 1st and the 3rd. So.
That was my question. So. I mean, Brock could screw him over in a different light. I just don't know how you would set that up, though. You got a month to set up Oba and Brock if that's his retirement.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to go. Yeah, I'm gonna join you. I'm going with Oba because I'm behind Oba. How it works, I don't know. WWE doesn't need no booking.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go with Oba. You know what? Just to aggravate everyone, I'm gonna say Liv Morgan. Why not? Does she still have the title on her?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, let her win, and we'll see what happens.
So basically, if she wins, she basically is automatic just going for the women's title. So,
I'm gonna say Trick retains the U.S. title. I'm gonna say our boy Braun beats Seth. I'm going to join you on the Sami Zayn train only because I feel like Sami Zayn gets the win over Gunther most of the time, especially in high-profile matches.
WrestleMania, the one you were at.
Mm-hmm. And then yeah, you know what? Let's say Jade's going to get the belt. Jade's going to get the belt. Maybe because... Is she still kind of semi-feuding with Charlotte?
Yep. So what? Oh, okay. So I'm going. So I forgot to mention. So in the semifinal, so backstage before the main event, like Charlotte was gonna go out to the ring. They have a face to face, and then they leave, and then B-Fab and Meech attack like Charlotte's knee. So and then Charlotte's like, I'm going out there. Like you can't, like doctors, hey, you shouldn't wrestle. And Charlotte's like, no, I'm doing this. Typical babyface. And then Liv that wins with a half Boston Crab to protect her. I'll be honest, I thought that semifinal match was kind of boring, not gonna lie. But But I get why they protect Charlotte because, like, obviously you don't want to give her a clean loss. But I think that's where it's my pick strat because I think Charlotte's gonna get payback, like cost Jade the title, and then they have a match at SummerSlam. Oh, more food.
Thank you. Hi. Yeah, no, and I think especially after this week's episode of Raw, where I know Charlotte is safe since she has a new best friend. Whoa, Mr. Danhausen.
Okay, can we? I know we're this is supposed to be our pick portion, but I could not stop laughing at the way he does woo. He's like woo, and Charlotte's like, no, this is how you do it. And Danhausen's like woo. I like. Oh God, not again.
I haven't been watching anything WWE recently, unless I'm seeing Danhausen clips. Because anytime it's like Danhausen's interacting with somebody, especially somebody you would have been like, oh man, this would have been great a long time ago if he was utilized properly by other people.
I laugh where it was I think it was the SmackDown after the Knicks won the series, the NBA title.
Yep.
Los Garces were like trying to like screw him out try to get basically a refund. And oh no wait, did I mess? Oh no, sorry, it was the Smack. I'm messing this up. The Danhausen did the when Kid was in the Miz, and like they got electrocuted, so they almost look like zombies. So Matt Cardona comes in and he's like, "Hi Zach, how you doing?" Matt Cardona's like, "No, it's Matt." Zach. And then Matt Cardona got electrocuted, and then so Judgment Day, like before Dominic simplified much with Oba, I know we're supposed to do picks, but honestly, this same brought Danhausen, so we're gonna tell it for a second. We got to spread this out. So they came in to try, you know how Danhausen curses people. Yeah, I curse you.
Yep.
They're like, I'll give you $100,000 for the curse Oba. And Danhausen's like, wait, the Oba Femi? And they're like, yeah, no, thank you. And then they were trying to get the refund this past Monday on Raw. And Danhausen, I think, bought like, I forget what the thing was. And JD's like, you paid $100,000 for that thing. And Danhausen's like, yeah, I did. And then Jay's like, no, I want my money back. And he got electrocuted. I'm like, oh no, Danhausen's gonna electrocute everybody.
His character is so good. And the fact that they did what they did to him on AEW. Like, money, cash, cow.
By the way, I like how he I think honestly his gimmick fits into way better than AEW anyway, so that's just me, but like honestly, if he never wrestles again, just does funny ass segments, I'm okay with that. Like wrestle once. Honestly, you know how most wrestlers like they should win a title. Honestly, I don't think Danhausen should ever win the WWE title.
You don't need it.
Maybe the only one I might give it is either speed, like the lower cards, like the speed or whatever. Maybe the tag title, I'd be okay with that. But other than that, like don't give him any singles. Just let him beat Danhausen.
If he wins it, he needs to win it in a way where it's hysterical, but not over the top.
Curses them.
You just happen like I'm not even talking about like a squash match. It needs to be something where it almost falls into his lap. Like a tag title. Like imagine him working with somebody and becoming like a tag champion. And he'd be like,
whoa.
Oh, all right. Like it just happened.
You know what I kind of want to see now? He goes to AAA with like Charlotte or one of the AAA ladies and then wins the mixed tag title and he goes, whoa.
Actually, that's the way to do it. That's the way to do it.
Oh, come on. But did you see that video, by the way? The second one, Sharp. So, anyone who didn't see it, and we'll get back to picks in a sec, but honestly, this is more fun. I'm not going to lie. So, Danhausen is doing his makeup, and Charlotte's like poking him, but he has a different robe on. It's like I can't tell the color. I do apologize, Charlotte. And Charlotte's like, can I have my robe back? And Danhausen's like, no, I'm keeping this one too. And Charlotte's like, oh no, Danhausen tricked her, be like, hey, look, it's like, hey, look, there's a bird over there or whatever. Like, you try to trick her. And when the camera turns around, she's in Danhausen's face paint. She's like, no, why? Danhausen like, I'm keeping this rope, by the way, and just walks away. I'm like, fucking Danhausen.
Well, it's like, what was he? He was going through early on when he was making appearances, and the Bellas were there. It's like, it's the Bella clones. And he's like, I found this really cool hat.
And the Bella twins are like, what the fuck? Oh my god, the Bella. I forgot about that. The Bella clones. Oh my god. Please keep him. Please keep Danhausen WWE.
Make him. Oh my god, he just. You need to bring him to NXT for Halloween Havoc.
They should though. In all seriousness. Oh my god, that's funny. I forgot about the Bella clone, so you said that.
I remember seeing that, and that sent me. I was just like, oh man. I go, this is perfect. So we're gonna hop over to let me guess. This is gonna be your least favorite show of the week. Slammiversary.
Out of the 4, yes. So as right now we have 8 match. Let me look up the match. Give me 1 sec. I think we have 8 or 9 matches. I'm gonna double check. So Scott is actually gonna be there. So, well, I'm hoping. And at the 4 p.m. start time, by the way, on Sunday. So, 9 matches. Okay, as right now, but TNA is on tonight, and they haven't mentioned anymore. But our rule is any matches that is added after record, like no, in the pile. It just saves us time, and it's just pain in the ass. It's just there's so much stuff. It's just pain in the ass. So Scott's picks of the Ultimate X match: Cedric Alexander defends Leon Slayer, Frank Kazarian, Mr. Elegance, Fabian Agner, Casey Navarro, and the returning Amazing at first time in 15 years. Holy shit, yes. This match I'm actually looking forward to, and Scott has Cedric retaining. Knockouts title, the Elegance brand Heather and M. Defense against Rosemary and Allie. He has Rosemary and Allie winning. Allie did sign with TNA, re-signed with TNA, by the way. Eric Young versus Ricky Sosa. Bang, bang. He has Sosa winning. Oh, by the way, for this show, we have 1 extra point, and it's we still have all these mystery opponents. So technically 2 points are on the line for this match. Mustafa defense against an unknown person. He has Ollie retained, and Scott's mystery person is Bishop Dyer, aka Barry Corbin. So John, when you make your Slammiversary picks, we need your mystery opponent as well. Eddie Edwards takes on Moose. He has Moose winning. Lane Lee defensive knockouts title against Brookside. He has Brookside winning. Triple threat ladder match for the World Tag Team titles. Systems, Bear Bronze, and Brian Mars defends the Righteous and the Hardys, the broken version. And he has the system retaining. Mike Santana defends the TNA World Title against Dick Nemeth. This is Nemeth. I totally forgot he had the Call Your Shot trophy because remember Bound for Glory, where him and Kazarian basically tied, which we went on a rant about that. I'm not going to bring that back up. He has Santana winning, and AJ Francis taking on Elijah, and he has Elijah winning. So, Sam, I'll let you go first for this one.
All right, Ultimate X. It's been a minute since I've seen this roster. I'm gonna go with. Maybe I'll upset him if I win this one because I haven't watched this in a while, and I know it'll aggravate him. And we could use a mid-lower title now.
Oh no, the under the ring hat.
We can call it the Ultimate Bedlam title.
There you go.
Yeah, just a spitball in here. So I'm gonna go with here. Yeah, you know what? We'll go with Hold on. Let me double check something. We'll say Casey Navarro wins Ultimate X.
Okay, that's okay. I'm not gonna lie, that's actually a good pick.
I'm gonna go with Rosemary and Allie winning the Knockouts tag titles. I'm gonna go Eric Young because Eric is my boy. Always been my boy. I'm gonna go the mystery opponent, and I'm gonna say it's Aleister Black or Malachi Black.
Okay, that's a good one. I'm just gonna call him Aleister if he goes by Malachi or Tommy in or whatever. So, but I'm just gonna go by his WWE name just to cover our asses.
Edwards versus Moose. It's Moose. I'm going with Moose. I'm gonna say that not Xia Li, but the Lei Ying Li. I hope I pronounced that right. Apologies if not. For the Knockouts title. I'm gonna say the Righteous are gonna win. Why not? Mike Santana is gonna retain, and then I'll go with Elijah.
All right, my turn. So X Division title, I'm not mad with Sam's pick there, but I'm gonna agree with Scott and Cedric retains. I'm gonna agree with both of you about Rosemary Alley winning the Knockouts tag titles. I agree with Scott about Ricky winning. I was Mustafa retaining. In my mystery opponent is gonna be Donovan Dijak. Eddie Edwards takes on Moose. I got Eddie winning. Knockouts time match. I agree with Scott. Saya wins. For the TNA World Tag Titles, I agree with you, Sam. I think the Righteous should win it. The TNA World Title, I'm going Nick Nemeth winning because Mike Santana's contract's coming up, and apparently he's gonna hit WWE soon. And I'm gonna agree with the both of you on Elijah.
So I was trying to think of other people. I was gonna go with Carrion or Killer Cross returning. But didn't he sign with MLW?
That and also, but I'm not bad. But if it's Cross, I'm not bad. It's just where he had that drama years ago with TNA. Well, Impact at the time.
Yeah, and who knows who's in charge? Like, I don't. There's a lot of people who are leaving, whose contracts are up in TNA. Or a lot of people have left. They might show back up. Somebody who knows. But then also we had those releases recently. And I know Slammiversary is usually the show where all the WWE releases show their faces. Or half to. So, here's something I want to bring up with you at TNA. What are your thoughts there on the OVW conversation right now, where they're going to become TNA's developmental territory?
TNA's NXT.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, it's good for OVW. Even though I don't watch a lot of them. I mean, we talked about that the referee having that seizure months ago, how piss poor they did a job with that. But good for OVW getting a partnership with TNA, gets more talent up, especially like Sam said. A lot of like releases / people just retire. Well, JDC retired, so I can't fault on that one. But also speaking of TNA, before we move on, they're bringing a new women's mid card title to TNA.
Is that the one we were talking about? We're like, oh look, there's another women's title coming to a promotion, and they were very vague, and we were just like, I was like, I hope it's not New Japan.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna go on this rant again. There's two. They're supposed to be New Japan titles. You know what they're at, Sam? They're in Stardom.
Yes. I don't want to get into a conversation on this because I got some thoughts. Because I'd be like, all right, why did we bring in a New Japan title when the title maybe shows up at the Tokyo Dome once a year?
Yep.
And then it doesn't rear its ugly head.
I know. Well, that Strong Women's title was basically made for Mercedes Moné. But I mean, I'm all for like I'm good. I mean, Stardom's all women, so it makes sense why there was two titles down it. But should just call it like the Stardom Women or something else. But the original the Strong Women was supposed to be in America, but me and Sam basically beat a dead horse with the Strong title. So, but
that makes sense though.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that one made sense.
Now, why didn't they call it like the Stardom Strong title?
Me and Sam, we're just gonna take the high road. We're just gonna we'll go on down to Rising Sun.
I really don't want to. I really don't want to on this. We're going under the tunnel, my friends, but we won't.
But I mean, honestly, like this might be hard. Like if this was a couple years ago with all the knockouts, I'll be like, hell yeah, like let's go. But like they don't. I mean, they do got some rock, but I don't know. Some people think they should get rid of the knockouts tag titles and just keep like the knockouts and then like have another mid card title. But I don't know. I mean, you got some tag teams. So I don't know. I mean, good for that. We'll wait and see. I think I jokingly said it's either going to bring in a women's hardcore title, women's X Division title, or international. That's why I think they're going to call it.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, they generally have had one of the stronger women's divisions.
Yes.
So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens there. Are we good here with TNA? We want to go over to NXT.
Yep, we'll go over to NXT. But I figured since we're talking TNA, we'll also bring up that title run. So,
No, that's good. That's good.
All right, Great American Bash. So Great American and AEW are both going against each other, but figure let's start with NXT first because why not? So they did announce today that the women's title match is between Lola and Kettle are main event, and the NXT title match is kicking off the show. Even though Vic Joseph said multiple times that Tony and Argo are main event, so I don't know what change. But I'm good for Lola and Kettle. They have great matches together, so I'm pretty happy with that, honestly. So I'll give Scott's picks and then I'll go first on this one. So women's title between Kendall Gray and Lola Vice. Kendall wins the women's title. NXT title match, Naraku takes on Tony D'Angelo. And by Naraku's actually been kicking ass in NXT. I like when he's not doing the House of Torture. So he did the fire thing, the contract. So basically they're in the parking lot and Tony's like, hey, like basically like sign the damn contract. Naraku's like, I'll give it to you. And then a big fireball just went in his face. Pulling a killer across Keith Lee 2020 situation. Scott has Naraku win the title there. Miles Bourne defends the North American title against Tavian Heights. He has Miles retaining. Red Sinclair defends the women's speed title against Ariana Grace. He has the champ retaining. Dion Lennox versus Shaquan Sugars. He has Shaquan winning. Saria defends the women's North American title against Tam Paxley. And he has Saria retaining. And Sile Hill takes on Tristan Angels. And he has Sile Hill retaining. Winning on the show. So my turn. So the women's title match, I agree with Scott. I think Kendall Gray should win. I think it's time for Low Vice to either stay in AAA or get called to the main roster. Probably on SmackDown because where she's dating Priest. NXT title, I agree with them as well. I think Naraku takes the title. That'd be good for him. North American title, I'm going with Tavian Heights to win the title. The women's speed title, I have Ren Sinclair retaining. I agree with Scott on the Chicago Sugars Dion Legs match. I have Sugars winning. I'm sorry, retain the women's title because she just won the title. There's times where it's okay to switch, have a short reign either, but I think Saria should get a little longer reign, so I think she wins. And Sile Hill beats Tristan Angels in an actual match. So,
all right. So here, oh man, you all make a lot of good points here. But you know what? I like to shake things up here because if I win one of these with not watching, it's still going to aggravate Scott. So let the aggravation continue. So I'm going to say Lola Vice retains. I'm going to say Naraku wins the NXT title with assistance from Show because obviously Show's going to come out because he's not done with the House of Torture. Obviously, he's going to tie up Tony D'Angelo, and that's that. You know
what? Fucking Sam. Oh God. You know what? I'm going to raise you up one. I'm going to say Hiromu. LIJ, baby.
Oh yeah, isn't he?
Where is he signed? I don't. That's but.
Good point.
LIJ retains.
You know, how long has Miles Bourne had the title for?
Let me check. I'll give you 1 sec. I'll give you the exact clip. He beat Ethan Page for it. So, February 24th, Miles Bourne won the title.
Yeah, I'll say he retains. Ariana is gonna win the women's speed title. Dion Lennox is gonna beat Sugars. I'm going to say is Tatum. Which one's Tatum Paxley? Let's see.
Shift long black hair.
I was confusing her with somebody. I'll say Tatum Paxley gets the title, wins the women's North American title. And then just to aggravate Scott, I'm going to say Tristan Angels wins. So, Scott, we got a lot of tiebreak. No, there's no tiebreakers. There's a lot of separations here, minus a couple of these.
So, just between the three of us, and then once I get John's, so I'll redo them. By the way, John, I need your night champions. We need them by no later start right before the show starts. So, for as right now, so night champions, it's me and Sam against Jay Uso from the King of the Ring. Women's Queen of the Ring, it's me and Scott against Sam again. U.S. title match we all agree on. The steel cage match, it's me, you, Sam against Scott. WWE title match, it's me, you against Scott again. And for the women's title, it's me against the both of you. Great American Bash, it's me and Scott against you for the women's title. All three of us agreed on the NXT title. You and Scott against me for the North American title. Me and Scott against you for the women's speed title. Me and Scott against you for the Dion Chacon match. Women's North American title, me and Scott against Sam. And the Silent Hill Tristan, again, me and Scott against Sam. So the theme of the NXT Great American Bash picks is Sam versus all, basically.
You better hope that I'm wrong, Scott, because this would be a big win on my part.
I'm not gonna lie, I know I'm the champ here, but I'm gonna piss my pants if Sam literally. So anyone who doesn't know or is new or might forgot, Sam barely watches NXT, and somehow he puts out the fucking win. And when he watches, he does lose.
But I still lost our mid-card title, the governor of NXT. So I will concede there. But
that's a new title we brought this year, like the end of last season. So,
but we'll see, Scott. We will see. If I can give you any else, it'll be satisfactory.
Okay, so Sam was winning the NXT. Like this, no joke. Sam was winning the governor, and Scott made a comeback. And by the way, for me, out of these shows, NXT is probably the one I do the worst on. No joke. Once in a while, I squeak in a win, but most of the time, I'm on the losing side.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Maybe when I get some time again, I will try to squeeze everything else back in, and maybe more fear for him to win. I hope he's watching, Scott. I hope you're watching this and hear me all with my shit talking. So,
ding.
All right, let's talk about the show that you and I are looking forward to the most. Forbidden Door, AEW New Japan, CMLL, and Stardom.
Do you remember, before we get a pick, so two things. So remember last week we said there was no CMLL talent on the show?
Mm-hmm.
Well, somebody was listening because we got El Sky Team on the show. And there's 11 match. Wikipedia still has it as 10, but there is I had to spoil the operation match. So I'll just say right now, it's Sky Blue gets Micah, and the winner gets the final spot in the Survivor of the Fist match on Dynamite July 1st. I know Scott doesn't like spoilers, but this one, in this case, I had to spoil it. So
hold on. I gotta make a comment. This is barely a CMLL show.
Yeah.
And I say that while my other cat wants to come in. Or not. He's like playing ding dong get. She's going meow. I open the door and he runs. All right, well, I guess we're done.
Ding dong dish cat edition.
So every CMLL talent I'm looking at here, first of all, there's no CMLL belts on here.
Oh, I lied. There's 3 CMLL talents on the show. Sorry, I forgot about Olympia.
Actually, technically 4 because they are counting Thunder Rosa.
Oh yeah, she got a dual contract. Yeah, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
But how many of them? Because El Sky Team seem to both have dual contracts.
Oh, for fuck's sakes, they do.
Olympia's the only one I don't know anything about, so I'm assuming she doesn't.
She has the same out contract, yeah.
Or does she have an AEW contract?
No.
So, and there's no CMLL title.
Nope. You know what's funny, Sam? That's being defended on Collision. The woman's not, but Tony Khan did say on his Forbidden Door media call that a lot of actually talent had visa issues, like Beast Mortis, Hitchensera, who is their world champion, like CML world champion. Gabe Kidd apparently had some visa issues.
All right. There's visa issues, that's fine. But
there's a bunch, yeah. So that's why.
It's just weird. But also I think the second layer of this is something I think you and I have kind of been talking about. Again, excited for the show, but this should not be Forbidden Door. This should be all out.
Yes.
It should be all in.
I feel like we get Forbidden Door pretty much like every week.
Yeah. Because I'm looking here. We have the tag title match, which is AEW only. We have the Continental title, AEW only. We have the women's title match, AEW only.
No, Starlight Kid Stardom, buddy.
Well, yeah, but it's still like, yeah, I guess Starlight Kid, yeah. So, but AEW title.
Yeah, sure.
Women's and men's Owen Hart Cups finals. And then the main event, which it'll be a good main event. But I'm kind of with you. There's something about like this should be that should be on a separate show. That should not be the theme of Forbidden Door. Is this internal feud that's going on?
No.
With mostly or half of it is like ex New Japan talent.
Yeah, literally. It's funny because Takesha's on a fucking on a triple contract with DT, New Japan, and AEW. Okada came from New Japan. I'm talking about the main event, and we'll get to our picks. So coming from New Japan, basically like full on, not like do a tour, done. Was basically Okada and Takesha, and Andrade technically. Like Briscoe, Strong, O'Reilly all did New Japan. Darby did Noah, so I can't say he did New Japan. I think him. Osprey came from New Japan. Omega came from New Japan. Saxon Jr. came from New Japan. Monet did some New Japan stuff. Shota Umino.
Again, it's all semantics. It's a great card. I can't wait for it. But it's just booked so weird. Like
this is part of the least built Forbidden Door.
So, sorry, I have this huge piece of broccoli in my mouth. I need to eat something while we were doing this because it was at the gym before.
I hate that. No, you're good.
And healthy to do this podcast.
So I'll give Scott's picks again. So the two pre-show matches, and these two are the only ones we're going to count because they were announced way in advance. So, well, the collision one I had spoiled, but still. Women's tag titles: Divine Dominion, Mega Bailey, Crosby, Thunder Rosa, and Olympia. Scott has the champs retaining. And the pre-show match, like I said, top of just a few minutes ago, Micah for Sky Blue. The winner gets in the final spot in the TBS title spot of the Fizz match. And he has Micah winning. So, and Micah's from Stardom. So anybody who doesn't know, it's like, who the fuck is Micah? She's from Stardom and she kicks ass. The World Tag Team title match, Adam Cole, Christian defeats the Dogs. I'll be honest, that's one match I kind of don't care for. He has the champs retaining. Triple threat tag match. This match I'm pretty excited for. One of pre-Ethan picks I have for me. Young Bucks, Nick Jackson takes on the El Sky team on Mystico and Mascot Dorada. And the versus Unbound Company, Shingo Takagi and Teton. Let's fucking go. Oh, wait, Teton's first team out too. So, and / New Japan. So he's got a duel. Moxley defends the Continental title. He has Young Bucks win that triple threat tag match. Continental title, Moxley defends the Real World Champion Dito. He has Mox retaining. Shota Umino defends the IWGP Global title against Pac. He has Umino retained. Honestly, the Continental title and the Global title match those are my dark horse picks, the matches. Tekla defends the women's title against Starlight Kid, who is from Stardom. This is also the best built storyline going into Forbidden Door was Tekla against Stardom. Say if she hates Stardom so much, she went to Japan on their big show a few weeks ago and tried to be up the president.
Oh, I did see that. I was like, I love her. She's another one. If they drop the ball with her and she goes to the WWE, I'll be mad.
Yeah, I know, but I think she's gonna be in life in AEW. But he has Tekla retaining. Mercedes Moné versus Maya Rowe in the Women's World Cup final. By the way, these two were not supposed to be in the tournament, but we talked about this on last week's episode. By the way, Dave Meltzer did post since I guess the original winner was gonna be Will Nightingale. Then obviously Will got hurt because that's wrestling. So the next winner was supposed to be Tony Storm originally. But because Tony Storm's away on personal reasons, we don't know the actual reasons. But I'm not going to speculate. Just out of respect for Tony Storm. So we got this. He has Monet going back to back, and then Monet does win. By the way, she will be the first ever back to back winner, along with two-time winners. So Kenny Omega for Saxon Virginia. He has Saxon Virginia winning. That's another pretty Ethan pick I'm looking forward to. Men's Owen Hart Cup final, number 0.6 man champion Will Ospreay. Yes, he is you heard that right. He is a New Japan champion in New Japan with Okada and Nari. Takes on Swerve Strickland. Will Ospreay was the runner-up in last year's tournament. Swerve has this first time he's gone to the finals because the other time he was in the tour was the very first one where he lost to Darby in the first year quarterfinals. Has Ospreay winning. And the main event, 12-man tag cage match. If Team Briscoe wins, Briscoe gets shot at the world title. It's the commemoration. Kenosi Kashi Darby Allin takes on the Don Callis, TNT Champ Kevin Knight, Kyle Fletcher, Jake Doyle, Kazuchika Okada, and Andrade El with the ATR World Champ MJF, and he has Team Briscoe winning. So, all right, Sam, you go first for this one.
All right, what was that match? The one that's not on the Wikipedia page.
Sky Blue versus Micah. The winner gets the final spot in the Survivor the Fizz match on Dynamite.
Yeah, I'll go with Micah's what? Stardom?
Stardom, yeah.
I'll go with Sky Blue. Why not? Yeah, I think some of this card is pretty predictable. Divine Dominion's going to win. Cope and Cage are going to retain. Although, it would not be mad if they lost to the Dogs. Put the Dogs over. That'd be kind of cool.
I wouldn't be mad either, but I think I'll give my picks in a minute. But
I think we're going to have the same opinion because I think it's leading to the Bucks taking on Cope and Cage.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say the Bucks are going to win. I'm going to say, you know what? I'll say Bandito wins the Continental Championship.
Hell yeah, 2-belt Bandito, baby.
Shota Umino is going to go over on Pac. Although, again, that would be I wouldn't mind seeing a title change on this card. Tekla's retaining. Although, I don't know. She just took a lot of shit. And it'd be funny for Starlight Kid to win the belt and bring it back to Stardom. But AEW wouldn't allow that.
AEW's like, that won't work for me, brother.
I'm going to say My World wins the Owen Hart Cup. Because you said Mercedes Moné would be a 2-time?
Yep. And also, remember the 13 belt title she had?
Mm-hmm.
You know how many she lost?
All of them?
12. You know what the one she got left? This one.
All right. So this would be... Yeah, why not? And My World really impressed me. So, let's get some younger talent up front. Especially her I don't want to say her story has been, but she's the one whose brother passed, and she's like, no, I gotta, or she's supposed to go back, send her home or something like that, so she could go.
Yeah,
have some time.
Yeah,
yeah. So I think that'd be a nice nod to her. I'm going with Scott Sabre Jr. He's gonna win. Maybe give Kenny a reason to go back and beat him over in Japan at the Tokyo Dome, because why not?
No, do it in Canada. See, you go to Japan, America, Canada.
Neither of these men have won the Owen Hart Cup.
No, Ospreay lost to Heyman last year, and Swerve. This is the first time he's been to the finals.
That's tough. Let's go with this could go either way.
This is what I would not be mad at either result, honestly.
Mm-hmm. So it's one of those feuds that could go on forever. It's like Hangman and Swerve again. His gold. He needs another title run. I'll go Will because he does have what's it called on his side there, the Death Riders.
This is the second time that these two face up Forbidden Doors. So,
and then obviously I think the free space on the bingo board. Briscoe is going to win. He's going to get his title shot at all in, I'd assume, and then probably lose. Unless they decide to do it as the opening match on Dynamite.
Maybe. When I get to that pick, I'll throw out my theory because I do have something there. All right, my turn. So the Sky Blue Micah match, I'm going to agree with you, Sam. I'm going to say Sky Blue. For the TBS title, I'm just going to throw this honorable mention prediction. It's not for this show, but just for the Dynamite. I can see either Queen Amina or Stephanie winning the TBS title. Or Sheeta. Those are my three I would go with.
All right.
Women's tag title match, I agree with both of you. I'm going to say the champs retain. For the ATR World Tag Team titles, I'm going with both of you again with the champs retaining. The triple threat tag match, I'm going to go with Great Deal on the both of you. Young Bucks. Bandito versus Moxley, I'm going with Mox winning. Would not be mad if Bandito wins. Global title match, I'm going to agree with the both of you. For Umino, he just won it, and plus, I don't know. A pack with it would be cool, but like I said, Uno just won the titles. So, women's title match, I agree with both of you. With Tekla. The women's All-Her Cup final, I'm actually agree with Sam. I'm going to go with Maya Royal for that one. The Omega Zack Sabre Jr. match, I'm going with Omega winning. That's a pre-Ethan pick, and that match didn't even fucking happen yet. Men's All-Her Cup final, I'm going with both of you. I said Ospreay. I've been saying that since the Cup tournament started. Oh, let me go over the brackets real quick before I give my main event. So the women, how both ladies got to the finals. Mercedes going to beat Alex in the quarterfinals, and it beat Hasuki in a great match in the semifinals. And Myro, she beat Sky Blue in the quarterfinals, and Athena in the semis. For the men's, Will Ospreay beat Samoa Joe double or nothing, and then Mark Davis on the June 3rd Dynamite. And then the Swerve, he beat Bandito, speaking of Bandito, in double or nothing. And Burger King on the Summer Blockbuster edition of Dynamite. So he beat both members of Brodito to get to the finals. And the main event, I'm going with the both of you. Team Briscoe. So the way I see it happening is I see Briscoe getting the shot at Beach Break. MJF wins, and he loses it to Omega at Redemption.
All right. So you're telling me I got to buy my tickets to Beach Break ASAP?
Yes.
Because of that, and then obviously Big Show, Paul White, the Giant, whatever you want to call him, is retiring at that show.
And then you got Jericho and Ciampa. What was I gonna say? So what I got for pre-Ethan picks are the triple threat tag match, the 2 Owen Hart Cup finals, and the Omega Zack Sabre Jr. match. I will mention Dark Horse ones I got are the Continental Global title and the women's title. That's really 3 I got. Sneak could be low-key Ethan picks, but yeah, so look at that. We did all 4 shows. Well, and John, again, we just need him by close before showtime.
Yay. So, a lot of wrestling this weekend. We'll have a lot to talk about next week. I don't want to put this energy out there, but there's a chance that next week's may also be live. So we can talk about these. And I'll be a monthly live show. But that's not confirmed yet. We will let you know once we have decided that. Man, I'm looking forward to this. I agree. I'm looking forward to this weekend. That was a lot. That's a lot. We haven't done that in a while. We've had like 4 shows back to back.
I think that's the first time we ever had 4, but I know we always had triple A's. I think this might be the first or at least second time we had 4.
I feel like there was one year, maybe it was the first year you had joined us, where...
Oh, yeah, it's probably been since then, yeah, but we both had triple headers, really.
It was. I remember the
The
year that
second
I
year.
think you joined us. The opening weekend was a Double or Nothing, maybe with Backlash or a WWE pay per view or an NXT event. I
Yeah.
don't remember what,
Oh
but I
yeah, I
remember it was a
remember that.
Double or Nothing weekend. That was crazy.
Yeah, when I officially came up, because like I made when I first joined, like I did picks, but they didn't count. They were basically just shits and giggles, and then after WrestleMania, that's when I was allowed to officially basically enter the title picture. So
Yep, absolutely. Huh, I'm just sorry. I was just looking at the AEW tickets while we were. Holy crap!
well, it's fine saying like December 1st starts at 4 p.m. Eastern, and they mostly go up there, so they might just end it when Great American Forbidden Door starts, but who knows?
This is dumb. This is so dumb. Price wise. Price wise. All right. Ethan, is there anything else? I think it's been a slow week for wrestling, but we got a lot to talk about that we've talked about that's coming up also. Well, the shows are going on this weekend. So we got a lot to talk about there. We got a lot to talk about when the shows are over next week. So I think we're good. I got
Yep.
nothing else.
No, I think that's pretty much. This is really the bulk of the live show. Really, I mean, is there anything in the chat or nothing really?
No, there is nothing in the chat to mention.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
guys,
so kind of slow news week again. I always find June's kind of a slow month, honestly, for news. I find it's. I mean, really, it was just a teenage stuff. Oh, actually, we'll mention this, Rick. I don't know if you want to talk about this briefly. Did you see the Bully Ray bullshit going around? I don't know.
I
Anybody
love
knows?
that man as a wrestler, but sometimes I don't know, like, why do you need to talk like okay, why does some of this talent, former talent, have to talk like they're 20 something year old kids still?
Oh, honestly, so anybody doesn't know or might try to forget it, which I don't blame them. So basically, I think Bully Ray's only doing this to kind of cover up for Dreamer. Basically, like, hey, I'll take the heat off you. I'll say something. So basically, Bully Ray on busted open. I don't know if it was like him and Dave or by himself or whatever. So basically, he said that talk about Death Riders and this one time I actually wish John was on right now because he helped me out here. But basically, he says about the Death Riders are not good for AEW right now. Whatever. So basically, he said he could beat the show Moxley because he said Moxley's trying to be like Terry Funk and he's Tony got blah 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 blah. So Barnett, who's a really good friend of Moxley, came to his defense. Basically, in his tweets like Mox doesn't need my help, but basically come down, I'll beat the shit out of you. Basically in a nice professional way. And then bunch of dramas and Joey Janelle got involved about flaming tables and stuff. It's just too much of a mess. I'm trying not to talk about too much because it's just kind of stupid personally. But so basically, Bully Ray's just saying stupid shit like usual, and I honestly, I want to pay good money to see Barnett and Bully have a shoot fight.
Yeah, that could end up really bad. I just, there's sometimes I feel like some people are playing a character still. Some people still are trying to like live kayfabe, and then there's others who I
Good
feel
heat,
like
brother.
there's others who aren't. You know, um, Bully is one who I feel like has always been honest. I'll say honest, but he's speaking his mind, and that's fine. But also sometimes I listen to his. I'm just like, dude, you just need to tone it down. You're not in the. He almost sounds like every time I hear an interview with him, he sounds like he's cutting a promo, and it's like, you're on a radio show, buddy. I don't know if you're expecting to get pulled on, to wrestle, or what.
Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, like I don't like he's done a lot for the business. Like I respect that, but sometimes some of the shit's just like, okay, dude, like come on. I don't know. Some people said he's just doing it to get the heat off Dreamer, which I can actually kind of believe, to be honest with you. But I don't know. I honestly I don't listen to Busted Open Radio, so I don't even know how that came up. So I don't want to listen to him. Just out of respect, I just don't care about Busted Open Radio.
Yeah, it's the same thing when I hear who the hell is it? most of those guys. There's a lot of them that do the shows. Kevin Nash is another one. I just don't care to listen to. No,
I get sometimes if it's a good episode, I will like. Jeff Jarrett's is not too bad, but there's the only ones I really listen to are Van Fleet, like Saw Monster.
but if you're talking like X talent shows, I mean,
Steve
Maeve,
Richards isn't. Steve Richards isn't too
yes,
bad.
those two, Maeve and Steven Richards, I think those are good.
D
Yeah, they're
one's
gonna have opinions you don't agree with, but you're like, no, they're pretty calm and chill. They're just, they're not.
Devon's got a good YouTube channel.
Who does?
Devon.
Yeah. Yeah. Those are the people that or even Stone Cold. I mean, Stone Cold.
Yes.
he's doing his thing. I mean, I follow him, and right now his thing is he has his two cats. I think Pancho and Macho.
Macho. Yeah.
Yeah, it's incredible. I'm like one of the baddest SOBs of the 90s, like the definition of peak masculinity is on his farm with his cats.
Yes.
It's the dream, man.
Did you see the Father's Day video he put out?
I did not.
Okay, so I figured fuck it, we'll end on a good note. That bully, I didn't want to end on a bad note. I was trying to end on good. So basically it was Father's Day this past Sunday. Or yeah. Sunday or get down. Sorry, my dog's in the way. Dropping on my arm. So basically he goes in, I think it's his bar or garage, whatever, and it's like a almost like a beer holder thingy, and he's saying Happy Father's Day, and he opens it out, it's from Macho and Pancho. It's a 6-pack of his beer. He's like, and he started tearing. He's like, "This is the greatest Father's Day gift ever." I'm like, "There you go. See, look at that." Like Sam said, the toughest SOB in the '90s, and he's posting cat. I'm like, "See, this is a good shit." I like his cat videos.
I love his cat videos. It's incredible.
30 years ago this week was actually that 316 promo. Yesterday or Tuesday, I forget what day it was.
I think we talked about. I think it was June 23rd, so it was 2 days ago. Let me see. Austin 316, and the reason this came up, and this is one of those things that's interesting when it comes to when you realize how things line up. When things line up, because I think it was the 23rd, because that was also the same day 30 years ago when the Nintendo 64 was released in Japan.
Oh, yes. Yeah, because you posted the video game. I was like, I was there, and then John, I will say this, the smart account was funny. He said, "See clearly," part of Edge's theme. Well played, John. And then I posted the Stone Cold. Yeah, that's how it happened. Yeah, that's crazy, though. 30 years ago already. Like, that's...
I mean, arguably June 23rd, 1996. Yep. Arguably the promo that changed the business. Yeah, I mean, when did the NWO happen?
That same year, I think. I think it was like a month after that happened.
Wow. Again, it's so weird when you line things up because it always seems like NWO was in full swing.
Yeah.
By the time that had happened. So hold on. That was Bash at the Beach. 96. So that 30th anniversary is coming up too. July 7th. So that is literally 2 weeks apart.
That's crazy. Like we said top of the show, the time just goes by quick.
Mm-hmm. Just like this live show. So Ethan, before we get off the air, again, thank you guys so much for watching. Ethan, tell everyone where they can find you at.
So you can find me as Twitter as Ethan_Black15. That's my wrestling one. Ethan_Black ATR. That's my hockey / non-wrestling. I try to keep them separate, but I mean, it's 2 Twitters. It don't matter. The only wrestling I had that Twitter years ago, the ATR one, but and then so that I lost the pass. But anyway, You find me on those Twitters. You can do the obviously ATR for Rising Sun stuff, ATR Twitter for the Japan stuff, which I slowly start doing back because I had a backlog of this month. And then you can follow me on the Battle Media channel for the Walk with Ethan Hockey podcast, where I'll have a two-parter, basically the season finale. Talk about the trades and a lot of trades. I will say some not surprising, some a little surprising. A lot of draft picks, not gonna lie. And talk about the draft picks at the draft shows Friday, because Friday started the draft shows. It's gonna be a two-part just because, again, if I do the full entire round, I'm gonna be sitting here for like 6 hours. So, so I'll do a two-parter there. Basically, part one would just be maybe the first 2 rounds, and then part 2 would be the rest of the rounds. So, yeah. So keep an eye out. That should be sometime next week. Sam, just keep an eye on your DM.
All right, I will. You can find me as This Will Be Official on everything, guys. You know we're on everything: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Discord. Keep following us on TikTok. If we get to 1,000 followers, we'll be able to live stream on there, which is our goal. We'd like more people to hear. And there it is. Yeah, the visa issues article just came up. Cool. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. We will see you next month on our live show. And as always, do not